Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play the Occult Chronicles. In the last episode, we finished exploring the second floor and have wrapped up most of what was down here on the first floor inside the Corvinus Manor. We are turning in quests. We have 6 talismans, 3 air, 1 water, 1 earth, and 1 fire. We have maxed life and sanity. We have 13 swords statistic, 5 in cups and 5 in wands and 7 in pentacles. We've picked up Calm Sidestep, a defensive feat used to avoid traps. We've picked up another Hyperborean spell at Typhon's Embrace, and we're now up to 9 Arcana cards. We are beginning to run out of things to spend our experience points on. We've picked up quite a few more edges and found another clue on the second floor as well. Things are looking extraordinarily good for Lotaeri, and we're only, well, not even halfway yet done with the game. Once we get to this story token, we need to consider when we're stepping downstairs into the basement. Once we draw this one, we likely want to go. Once this one is drawn, we have to go, or it's going to be game over for us. So although things look fantastic, and they are looking really, really good, we're running out of time to continue our putzing around up here, and we'll need to get down to the basement soon in order to figure out where on Earth the Elder Vampire is located. To that end, however, let's continue with our putzing around. I think I mentioned in the previous episode that I was tempted to go out to the backyard, but I think before we do that, I'm going to step upstairs and turn in a few more of these quests that we were getting done in the last episode. It's going to be very tricky to complete the Witch's quest, given that the first one wants us to walk around and get access to that one bookshelf. There could be another bookshelf upstairs in the attic. We may actually skip the attic and get the backyard done instead. The attic is more difficult than the second floor, but the second floor I think is on par or slightly tougher. 2 slightly toughers than the backyard is. Alright, we have the wrench for this gentleman, so let's turn that in on our way back to Laszlo Benway. Oh, who's over here? He is not as close as I thought he was. Okay. I thought that laboratory was on this side of the mansion. You decide to tell the ghost that you found the wrench and pretend to give it to him. Well done! I'd hoped that you would now be my apprentice, but it looks like you were too smart or quick for that. Oh well, time's wasted. I got more of these holes to plug. This one here was just a small leak. With that said, the ghost vanishes. Twist Fate, a psionic power. Psychic talent. Use of this talent adds 10 points of psychic pushback. What does it do? I can't tell until we take it. Alright, so unlike feats which require courage, spells that require arcane energy, or guns that require ammo, psychic talents do not require any type of ammunition to wield them. You can use these as much as you would like, but every time you use it, you get more psychic pushback. This is the chance that you will draw a bad card even though you succeeded at a challenge. And the cards that are bad become worse the more psychic pushback that you possess. Eventually, you can begin getting instant insanity cards, for example, if you continuously try to use your psychic talents in every single encounter that they're available for. So you want to restrain yourself from using these just because you can. The Hanged Man, another Arcana card. You receive +2 card draws and +2 trick cards for any horror challenge while this card is in your inventory. Everyone, I feel like we're becoming unstoppable at this point with all the Arcana cards we're amassing. That's our 10th. That's amazing. We'll take another ranged edge while we're here, too. Let's see. So I don't think we need we don't need to concern ourselves with ammo at the moment, given that we've filled up our pistol at the moment. I think what we should do is probably improve what our pistol does. Quick Draw actually would affect our pistol, reducing the number on the card it lowers by an additional X. Although I wouldn't mind being able to use the pistol multiple times. Or have it affect face cards. Let's see. Can we have it affect face cards? Marksman can, but I can only bump down a page, and we can only bump it down to a 10. The rest of these all apply to non-face cards. Whenever a ranged weapon special ability is used, X is added to the bump down applied to any non-face trick cards as a result, where X is the number of a it's always going to be 1, that one. Not really seeing anything here that's very interesting to me. We don't really need to worry about the encumbrance of our pistol. We have 13 total weight for our sword's inventory. I think the pistol target selection will allow this to randomly target 2 cards. So let's choose pistol target selection. I think that's the way this will work. Whenever a special ability of a pistol weapon card is used that requires a card to be selected as a target, target up to X additional cards if possible, where X is the value of the edge. Let's do it. Oh, there's another ranged edge available to us if you want to take it. Let's grab... Let's grab a combat edge. Next. Okay, let's now return the child, the energy that was encased in that vase, to its mother. You release the child of energy back to its mother. You step towards the mirror, and the child of energy seems to flow out from your body and through the portal. You feel the pure joy of the reunion. As promised, you are rewarded. I think plain touch gives a chance to gain arcane energy. Looks like a 5% chance. During the results phase of any successful challenge option that has the sorcery type, there's a 5% chance of a nothing of interest card will be turned into a gain charges card. Alright, there you go. But we have to use magic to benefit from it. The Chariot, another Arcana card. Your successful flee challenges are converted automatically into evasions, allowing you to stay in the location where the challenge occurred, while this card is in your inventory. Man, 2 encounters, 2 Arcana cards, and another ghost. Okay, well, we're still going to get her, because that's our best option. Page of Cups. We have nothing that can take that. Since the target number is only 4, and we already started with 1 point, I'm not really worried about losing this encounter. Although, at this stage of the game, losing even this could present us with some really ugly results that we'd have to panic about. Impairments and what have you are possible at this stage of the game, given how well we are doing. You got her good. No one's gonna believe how you did it, and you're not sure you are either. Five courage. I think the only thing that needs courage is calm sidestep. So we should start using these a little more often so I can take advantage of more courage cards. Do we use the crystal ball and hope to gain another from the ghostly seance? We can try that. I don't think it works that way, but I don't know. This will make it tougher for us going down to just 6 pentacles, but I think we'll do this. So let's go ahead and select our crystal ball and use it. And now, when we go down to the basement, which I can't do because I don't have a number pad, we will automatically see where the boss's room is located. Help! Where am I? Okay, I somehow... Wait, can I jump? Oh, I can jump around the map by clicking on the map. How about it? I've been playing this game for like a decade, and I did not realize that was the case. Okay, so... if we join in to the seance, there's a chance we can get a crystal ball from it, or there used to be. We did use the crystal ball, so I don't know if we can get another one, but we'll make the attempt at it. You sense the opportunity here to manipulate the power inside the crystal ball and gather information from it. You decide to join in the seance and sit down in an empty seat. Right, we do not have a great hand here for this, so we are likely to use an Arcana card if we find a high-value face card that we can't deal with here. Well, we still won, because we can use our Queen of Cups. I think we use an Arcana card. We have so many of them here, and we have at least one of them that I don't care about, the World. So I'm willing to use this here to let us draw more cards on the hope that we draw another crystal ball to make up for the one that we just utilized. The face in the smoke introduces herself as Madame Leota, and you find no difficulty in establishing a report with her. Well, I can't speak this evening. She reveals to you some very important information. Does she? It's just a chance of it. Ray of Chasmodai, a Hyperborean spell. We'll take a look at it in a bit. That was it, just a spell. So we traded the crystal ball for a spell, I think, but that might be acceptable. What does that spell do? Roll 1 bone and select a non-face card in your hand to discard, and then subtract the numerical value of that card from X random revealed trick cards, where X is the number of pentacles. This is exactly the same thing as the Blade Dances. Okay. It's a bump down, non-face. Roll 1 bone, select a non-face card in your hand to discard, and then subtract the numerical value of that card from X random revealed trick cards. Okay. Kind of a limited in usefulness, I feel. Still, it's a Hyperborean spell, so we benefit from that with some of the edges we took earlier, right? What did we take earlier, by the way? We took Hyperborean Music of the Spheres. We gain X additional cards, so it's 1 additional card. And that's it. Okay. Really? I thought I had more Hyperborean spells than that. I do not. We'll go ahead and turn this quest in to the good scientist, and then see if we can get the second quest for him. You hand over the boffin juice to the creepy mad scientist. Excellent, yes, that will do nicely. I'll be able to complete my work without any fatigue. I should bottle and sell this, actually, calling it something like hours of energy. At any rate, here is your reward. Look over in the box over there. You might find something that you like. You might not, either. A little bit of experience. He obviously is oh, hold on. Dr. Laszlo Benzway remains hunched over his workbench, maniacally pursuing whatever weird experiment he has thought up now. He pays you no attention now that he is again lost in his work. You note that the boffin juice does indeed seem to have boosted his work rate. We could try killing him. I don't think we need to do that at the moment. Let's talk with him again. He's obviously absorbed in his work, but fetching him some boffin juice was a bit trivial. Maybe he has a more important task? King of Pentacles sitting there. We can't do anything about you, so you get to stay. And thankfully, we never needed to worry about it. Yes, well, now that I know that you can be trusted, I have a more meaningful task for you. It seems one of my experiments has run off. More plant than man, actually. A disappointment, but an expected one. I need a tissue sample once you find it, and then do be so good as to destroy it. Right, off you go. There is another clue token up here somewhere. We should try to see if we can find it. You notice a large tome set on an ornate reading pedestal. It's apparent that the book is bound in human skin. You have seen such things in odd special collections. You feel a presence nearby. Yes, you are being watched. But the strongest emanation is from the tome itself. You could swear that it is alive. Is it breathing? No, that must be your imagination. Let's read it! Your training has included research into countless forbidden tomes. You can read a dozen dead or lost languages. Perhaps you can find some useful information here. An ace of pentacles and a 10 of swords are scryed. I can do nothing about the 10, but we can do something about the ace. Let's flip over more cards. Oof. King of Wands, you can take our 9, I suppose. 9 of Swords, you can take our ace. We'll go ahead and select the 10 and give it the 3. Uh-oh. Actually, we won the challenge already, so we don't have to worry too much about it. Oh, nice, we won. But I want another trick on this board, so I'm going to go ahead and use our tattered library, tattered library. And the only card it can improve is our 7. Wait. Why didn't we get a trick? I thought we took... Did I not take... Whenever a support item's special ability is used... Support item. X additional unrevealed tricks are placed on the board. Is it bugged? It's probably just bugged. Well, we can use it again. Let's see if this... Vic! Oh, what the heck? Alright, so it places the trick cards on the board, but you have to somehow refresh the board first by placing a card on it. That's a bit awkward. Okay, it arguably works, but not the way it hints that it works. I guess technically it doesn't tell you when the tricks get added to the board. That's a bit funny. Alright, I'll remember it works that way for the future. Maybe I just had to click on this to somehow make them show up. You begin to read the tome and realize that you have established a mind link with an evil intelligence that resides within. Your will is stronger, and it bows before you, revealing new vistas and hidden knowledge. Yep, you get a spell from this. That's another Hyperborean spell. I'm just going to immediately oh, I can't get rid of it. Okay, so we're going to have to choose what we keep and what we don't. Unfortunately... Oh, okay, good. I'm about to say, I think we earned the Arcane Energy second, but we do not. So, we don't want Liborian Fire. That's an Eldritch spell. And we'll take the Chant of Azathoth. Then we get 8 energy to place in these cards. So, up Typhon's Embrace. Ray of Chasmodai. Chant of Azathoth. Nice! This is working out pretty well for us. I'm going to go back to the main menu really quick, just to make sure we save the fact that we have got, I think, 4 or 5 Hyperborean spells. A shame we're done with Pentacles, really, and spellcasting. We're not going to be the best at spellcasting, but we do have options for it if we do come down to it. I seem to remember that the Chant of Azathoth, though, is an interesting one, because it's not used like the same way these other ones are used. The same combat options, it requires something different. This is combat, sorcery, and battle. Typhon's Embrace is combat, sorcery, and battle. And so is Shrivel Flesh. Chant of Azathoth, though, is sorcery, battle, dispel, not combat. These can be used, in other words, when we're fighting, even physically. We'll still have the option to use these. This one, it's not the same. A ghost suddenly materializes in front of you. It's dressed as if it just stepped out of a safari on the Serengeti. It lowers its large caliber big game rifle at you and seems to be considering you closely. You don't know which is scarier, the ghost or the ethereal gun. Might as well play the king. I've absolutely won now. This is not a challenge. Good job, Lotaeri. This has not frightened you in the slightest. Holy crap! Holy crap! The ghostly big game hunter squints at you like he is sizing you up for his trophy wall. There's a taint to him. You suspect he once brushed elbows with a witch doctor. You both stand there in a sort of ghostly standoff, waiting for the other to make the first move. So we've destroyed his psychic wall already, so I don't know if we can get the quest from him. But I guess let's find out. You decide to enter a trance and use your skill as a medium to find out what the ghost wants. His taint is suspicious. I'll use our page now. Wow, thank you, game. You were very kind here. You have no trouble establishing a link. He is quite eager to speak with you. Normally, you hunt this, have to get its head, and then place it in the trophy room. But we destroyed the trophy room. Cheers, mate. I'm Colonel Von Pelt, and you are my prey. Unless, of course, you can prove yourself useful. It seems one of my trophies has left the roost. I want you to track it down and return it to its rightful place. Come back here, let me know how you fared, or I will track you down. No, just kidding, laddie. I'll make it worth your while. Well, we can't complete that quest, because we destroyed the quest objective. That used to be over here, if I recall correctly. Yeah, here in this room. It's no longer there. And the game doesn't put it back if you free the heads, so. I guess what we're going to do is turn this quest in here. And then go to the attic to the other side of the mansion. You decide to give the gentleman ghost his odd cigars. You hand over the charged fingers and witness the delight on the ghost's face. Huh. Yes, I know it's a bad habit that will probably kill me, but the afterlife has such few genuine pleasures. Thank you, good sir. Here is something for the effort. The Moon. Gain a random psychic talent card after this card is used to take a trick. And 3 more experience. That's going to be a combat edge. Hero just flat out lowers the target level. You know what? I think we're going to grab Hero. Yeah, let's grab Hero. X is subtracted from the target level at the start of any combat challenge, where X is the level of the edge. Can we actually level that edge? We can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I'm getting a little nervous. We're getting a lot of edges, and we need to level them, or we're going to end up with that one bug. We haven't gotten the one Arcana card that gives us +1 to all our edges yet. Ghouls. Again. Well, let's fight them. It's not an even fight, but whoever said life was fair. Poor ghouls. Okay, so I'll play our 7. Actually, let's use our axe. And take that 7. We'll take the 8 with our king. The ace with this 7. I can't do anything about a face card up here. Actually, we could use that one spell of ours to make this a number card, but I don't need to do that. We have destroyed these ghouls. We had the wand card. Oh, sorry, we had a bunch of wand cards in our hand. Used them earlier. You won the battle. The ghouls are no match for you. They fall where they stood, and the puddle of blood on the floor is now bigger than ever. Five courage. We do have nothing to place it in. The attic. Dangerous. Traps up here. The encounters up here are tougher than what we've seen so far. Oh, we can probably, yep, hack down the door. Even though we don't have very many cards drawn. It requires cups apparently now. Wow, game. Unable to use any of our pentacle cards. We still won? I'll take it. A bloody room with nothing else in it. And an encounter. I suspect this is probably another one of the vampire wives. There's one in the attic. It's not. It's a group of dead teenagers. You look down and see the desiccated remains of 4 humans littering the ground. Judging by the positions of the skeletons, it looks like they were trying to run away from something. The clothes that they wear are now mostly rags, but they must have been very bright pastels, which you find unusual. Nearby is a skeleton of a dog. Search the bodies. You might be able to find a clue as to what happened to them. You never know. Not a good chance, though. This is not a lore challenge. We're just praying to get lucky here. You poke around the remains and find a few things. A pair of thick glasses and an odd box of crackers. You can tell that they were probably just teenagers. You wonder what mystery brought them here to meet such an ignominious end. You're gonna have to get really lucky to get something useful from this. A cutlass! We do, though! Holy crap! Another sword! That means we get another point in swords, because it's a melee weapon, so now we're back up to 14 again. Cutlass. Slashing stroke. Select a non-face card in hand, and then roll 1 bone, and bump the card. This is the exact same thing as our axe. Only it requires us to roll a swords card, as opposed to a cups. There is a clue token up here, I think, so we should explore it. Mushroom Man will be in here. It's a combat encounter. Nothing special about it other than that. We'll fight it. You hear a shuffling sound and turn to face it. You can't actually believe what you're seeing at first. The only way to describe it is that it's a mushroom man, and it is truly horrific. The creature can only be the product of some insane lab experiment. We have no pentacles. We have a pentacles card. Now, by the way, everyone, if it looks like this is going very easy, it is, at the moment, in fact, going very easy for us. But that basement has some traps in it that are instant kills. And some situations that you might find yourself in that there's no way out of, and you just die. Like, you fail over and over and over again, you lose all your sanity in life, and that's it. This is especially true for pits. Your mind is strong. You've seen things far worse than this. Heck, the coffee pot at the odd HQ has more fungus on it than this. Oh, it's so nasty. Clean your coffee pot. Clean it every day. It doesn't appear to be particularly fast, but you remind yourself that its looks can be deceiving. You are struck by the horrendous smell that must follow the thing around. You hope there are no spores or anything floating in the air. The creature seems covered by fungus. Just your luck. It's a diseased mushroom man. I never added any other options for dealing with this, so we're gonna fight it. Attack the mushroom man. The only question you have is sauteed or stir-fried. Note that we're getting less and less tricks as we go forward here. I should have put more points into feats that edges that gave me tricks. Okay, so we have 2 aces in our hand, and we do have 2 kings. So this shouldn't be too difficult, despite the fact we only have 5 cards. It's been a while since I've heard the attic music. Assuming, of course, that we don't just get pentacles. Thankfully, we have 1 card to help with that, at least. Oh, no. Another pentacles card, but we have a 3 to take that, too. A 7 of wands. We'll play our knight, because this battle's almost over. 7 of wands. Oh, cups. Good. We have a king for this. Another pentacles card. We have nothing else that's useful as far as I'm aware in our inventory. We can't give ourselves more trick cards. What's Twist Fate do? Roll 1 bone and test for success. Then add 1 to all bone rolls during the resolution of the option chosen for the encounter. Oh, interesting. That could also mean that we might fail some of those checks, though. The only one we won't fail is sword. So basically, it lets you add 1 to all your die rolls for the remainder of the encounter. Could be nice, but remember that if you roll higher than your stats, you fail whatever it was you were trying to do. Your efforts take huge chunks out of the creature's rubbery flesh. Soon it can't go on and topples to the floor. We can't hold on to another Hyperborean spell. I don't want to get rid of the arcane beads, because that's boosting our pentacles by 1, so I'd rather not ditch it. There is a spell edge that lets us lower the amount of encumbrance these spells give us, though. Let's take that. What is that, Mark? So I think there was. Let's see. No. No. Sorry, I'm just skipping reading all this. Oh, no, there's none available here. Okay, I thought there was one that would lower the weight, effectively, of these spells, but I don't see one here. Whenever a spell of the Hyperborean subtype is cast, face cards can be targeted rolling their values up or down. The most a face card can be target can be bumped is 1. That's not that useful. Whenever a spell is cast, non-face cards can be bumped up to face cards. We only have a bump down card at the moment. If you have 2 more spell cards, Hyperborean subtype in your territory, this may be what we do, because that at least can reduce the target level of the challenge. Word of Power actually could also be useful, because we get extra trick cards, and we're seeing that that might be really useful. So let's take this. Hyperborean Words of Power. If you have 2 or more spell cards of the Hyperborean subtype in your inventory, and they are eligible for use in the challenge, X additional unrevealed tricks are placed on the board, max of 10, at the start of the challenge, where X is the level of the edge. So this might mean that combat encounters get a little easier for us, since we do have combat Hyperborean spells. You're going to look for that clue token. Another locked door. We know what we do with doors, everyone. We hack them to bits. We only have 2 Pentacles cards in our hand, and I see 2 Pentacle cards up here. And we can take both of them with the ones we have, and I'm worried that one of these other ones might be a face card for Pentacles. So I will go ahead and spend them now. Turned out we didn't need to worry at all. Ooh, spiders will be in this room. I think we can handle a few spiders. Oh, vampire wife Akasha. You hear a woman's voice, singing softly ahead, and it catches you off guard. You can actually sense a psychic presence of some type of potent evil. The singing continues, and it sounds very close by. You slowly step forward to identify the source of the singing, and it is as bad as you had imagined. One of the vampire elders' wives emerges slightly from the gloom with a hiss. You can feel the creature radiating a dark aura of fear. She wants you to panic and do something stupid. Last time we did indeed do so. And I don't think we're going to avoid it this time, given our current hand. But at least we can reduce the damage we're going to be taking. Darn it! You start to shake and tremble. You know that she is causing this, but there's nothing you can do but nothing you can do to stop it. You just want to run. Last time we lost 7 sanity. Okay, we're not that afraid of her. You have read the reports on how the other vampire covens were cleaned out, and you suspected that you might encounter something like this. When she begins to talk directly into your mind, you start to get worried. I've been singing a song for you, my dear. My name is Akasha, and I have a gift for you. Last time we annihilated the other wife. Let's see. It'd be fun to try a different type of encounter with her, but our best chance is indeed to just hack her to bits. We actually do better at that than using even our gun, because our gun requires wands for the draw. 15 tricks doesn't matter, because we're limited to 10 tricks. Attack the vampire wife. You'll need to pierce its heart, incapacitate it, and then remove its head from its body. We have 5 face cards in hand. A few okay number cards as well. Let's see. Let's just start flipping. I don't think we're going to lose the encounter. We had 1 ace, which also gives us 1 point. 5 of Pentacles is the first card we have. I will take it with our 6. 8 of Swords. Okay, so that's not so good. Let's use our axe to start. On the 2. Buffing it to a 3. That's not very good. We'll use our Cutlass next. On the same card. Buffing it to a 6. Still not high enough. We place the card, and then we use our machete on it. All that work, but it did give us 2 more points. 4 of Cups. We use our Queen. We win the challenge, and we're points over the target number. 7 of Pentacles. We play the page. 8 of Wands. We have a king for you. 2 of Pentacles. We have a 3. Nice! We took every single trick. We cannot place more tricks on the board, as far as I can tell. We should see if there's a Hyperborean card that lets us put tricks on the board. That would actually be really useful. I might have gotten rid of the Elder spell that lets us do that. What does Shade of Azathoth do, by the way? Roll 1 bonus, select a revealed face card, and transform it into an ace. Then draw X cards, where X is the number of pentacles rolled divided by 2. If a drawn card has a numerical value of less than or equal to the number of pentacles rolled, then add 2 points to your trick points taken score. Wow! That's pretty powerful. So if we see a face card, and we don't have something that we can do about it here, like a king, we can cast Chant of Azathoth and target that card. It reduces it to an ace, and if when we draw a card, if a card, or is it all the cards, have a total value of less than what we rolled for pentacles, we also get to add that value to our trick taking score. Interesting. Well, anyway, we don't need to cast anything else we want. You strike hard and incapacitate the creature. Acting quickly, you pierce its heart and then sever its head before it can free itself. Van Helsing would be proud. Death. If this card is in your inventory and you would be killed because your health points reduced to 0, excludes instant death. During any challenge, then this card is removed instead and your health is restored to 5. I'm pretty sure this does also stop instant death, because I could have sworn this has worked that way once for me in the past. Another Arcana card. 2 more experience. It's another edge we can take. I can't take another Hyperborean spell unless I get more inventory space here in my brains, and I don't have that at the moment. Let's see. Lock device edge. Let's see. Sorry, everyone. I'm not reading this. I don't want to bore you by reading a bunch of X lower than the level of the edge. Let's go with more additional trick cards. Keen Hearing. X additional unrevealed tricks are placed on the board, max of 10, at the start of any lock challenge where X... Actually, we're not having issues with the amount of tricks or card draw, are we? We really aren't. Mechanical Manipulator. For any lock challenge, the value of any face card remaining in your hand is added to your trick-taking score if you have X or fewer face cards remaining in your hand where X is level of the edge. So in other words, if we have face cards in our hand and we don't use them, if we only have one of them in our hand, we get to add the points of what that face card is to our score even if we don't play it. I think that edge can be leveled up once, if I recall correctly. Yep. One of these is a giant spider. The other one might be someone trapped in a web. Oh, one of these is a broken robot. You see a strange mechanical man over near the far wall. Hunching slightly forward, it looks like it has been deactivated or run out of power somehow. You have heard stories about these things from the old hands at the Odd HQ robots, they were called. Apparently there have been a few attempts by several nefarious organizations with armies of them to conquer the world. That's the last part of Ben Laszlo's quests. It could occasionally be over across that one beam we saw down on the first floor. I'm glad now we never tried to cross it. Oh, this isn't a spider at all! This is bug juice. You've heard the steps following you about 10 minutes ago. Whatever it was, thought that it was being clever. The strange giggling that you heard was a dead giveaway that something was up. You turn quickly to confront it, then are surprised to find it just in the act of tapping your shoulder. The creature is truly bizarre and almost comical, but horrifying all the same. That is a pretty scary Beetlejuice-looking creature there. You seem to have frightened it as much as it has surprised you, if there's any consolation. Let's see how well we can do here. Nice. No, that's not nice. That's opposite of nice. That's awful. We had the knight. The queen is what showed up. You struggle to maintain your sanity. A clown? Why did it have to be a clown? I hate, well, hate's a too strong a word. I myself am not a fan of clowns. The creature seems to have I'm an introvert. Clowns are extroverts, almost to a fault. And I hate having my personal space invaded by a clown trying to give me a balloon or something when I was a kid. It terrified me. The creature seems to have an almost corporeal body, but is still a ghost. You can feel its psychic kinetic energy radiating out from its ectoplasmic core. Without any need for a medium's trance, the ghost communicates with you. You are stunned, as such a vocalization is almost unheard of. Welcome to the neighborhood. The name's Bug Juice. You want to play a game? Bug Juice will simply not stop talking, and he keeps tapping you on the shoulder whenever you turn to go. You want to play a game, huh? It starts to drive you crazy. Oh, I don't like either of these. We have a very low target number here, but we have only 5 tricks and 6 draw. Here, the target number is high, and it's still effectively the same number of tricks and draw. They're just swaps, like, the numbers are swapped. So, I think we do play Bug Juice's game. You have no idea what the game is, but the ghost keeps giggling about it. You decide to nail things down a bit. Bug Juice agrees to go away if you win, and give you his most prized possession. But if you lose, you have to give up something you own, and go on a little trip. You wonder what that means. 2 pages and a bunch of average number cards. Let's see what we can do with this. We can almost win with that. We can now win with that. That was super lucky that I chose what I did there. Maybe. No, I guess it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Thank you, game. You win the game. It's a stupid, silly game. The only joy you have is that you cheated, and the annoying ghost doesn't even realize it. You wish it bon voyage. I don't remember this ever giving me something useful. And it doesn't this time either. We really have to stop taking edges. We have too many edges at the moment. We're just going to hold on to those experience points. We need the level edges, because otherwise we might encounter that glitch in the game. Oh, this is the thing in the attic. Every year, I go into this room and beat the snot out of it, because I don't... It will offer you a chance of having a ritual performed in which it needs your blood to do it. I've never chosen that option because I suspect that it's a trick. Every year I think this will be the year I take that option, and I can tell you that I'm not going to do it this year either. We could try. We could try it, I guess. You smell death. Not the desiccated scent of moldering bones, but the smell of a slaughterhouse. Then you notice the bones littering the floor. It accompanies the realization that you are being watched. Suddenly you hear the bones start to rattle, and a creature rises out from under them to stand in front of you. It is eldritch, and it is terrifying. Your eyes widen in disbelief as you look directly at the eldritch creature. You can feel an aura of evil radiating from it. We have an ace, because I see we have 1 point. Uh-oh. We'll play the knight, because we're running out of cards, and I don't want to... If I lose, I don't want to lose by that much. Hey! Hello, Queen of Cups. We have a king for you. You have seen and smelled things as bad as this. You remember your assignment in Bonero when you stumbled upon a cannibalistic tribe celebrating their most recent victory. That smell never leaves you. What the heck, Lotaeri? Have you... Nice. Edge upgrade. That is wonderful. I want to finish one of these off. So... We'll choose Mechanical Manipulator. So if this will be 2 face cards we earn the points from if we can't play them in a lock challenge. I think, or maybe... Actually, No, let's use Hyperborean Words of Power. We'll gain an additional trick. The creature is a sorcerer of some ability. You can feel the energy flowing through it. You remember a briefing about a cult that worships eldritch creatures made of human bones. It seems to have set up its own little snack shop up here in the attic. The creature appears to be encased in some strange exoskeleton. It stands there watching you, waiting. The next move seems to be yours. We can defeat it. I think if you don't succeed the first time, it gets stronger the second. We can battle with sorcery. We have an okay chance of succeeding at that. Psychic duel is off the table. That's a little too difficult. That's an okay chance of running away from it. I'd rather fight it than actually run. Or we can use our gun. That's okay. Or, is that it? We can communicate with it. You can feel an aura of evil emanating from it, but it also a very keen intelligence. You try to make contact before other alternatives are considered. Why do we start with 1 point here? We didn't have an ace in our hand. You've studied the Eldritch Scrolls of Skelos in the Odd Library and are familiar with several ways to communicate with such beings that do not require human sacrifices. It pays off now. The key was a reference you remembered from the Lost Languages of Pau. You speak with it and hear the story of the creatures of the boneyards of the abyssal plains. These eldritch things were once invaders of this dimension, becoming sorcerer kings in an age undreamed of on Earth. Their blood magic made them virtual gods. How the mighty have fallen. The creature claims to be Zathor, the high priest of Hyperborea that fell beneath the waves. It is trapped here in our dimension. It has a bargain for you. It senses power in your sorceress blood, and with it the ability to open a portal back to its world. It wants to take a small part of your energy from your blood. It claims it will gift you with a portion of its own power. Do you agree? I think we do it. This is the 1 year I will decide to say yes, even if it kills us. It's been a fun game so far. It's a High Priest of Hyperborea. We have like 4 Hyperborea spells. I think it would make sense that Lotaeri would agree to this. Maybe it's his fate to come up here and deal with this devil. Oh man, I don't like the tricks and draw though, but we have lots of Arcana cards. You wonder whether another creature that lives in a pile of bones can be trusted. You decide to take the risk. You hope that you will not live to regret it. You offer the creature your neck so it can take your blood, and from it, some of your power. Wow. We succeed. We didn't even need to use an Arcana card. We got really lucky with what we were able to play. Do I want to use an Arcana card here, though? It is tempting. Because I don't know what we get. It might end up being a combat encounter, and I might regret doing this, though. I'd hate to have just 1 point over the target number. We'll play a card. Let's play the Chariot. The creature extends its proboscis and latches onto your neck. But you were prepared and a bit lucky. You turn the tables on the creature and draw energy from it. It howls in anger. Tainted Blood. Anytime you would lose sanity, there's a 10% chance that one of your spells will gain a charge. Oh, that's kind of nice, although it does mean we want to cast more spells. The waiting game is obviously over, and it didn't like your response. It rears up almost touching the ceiling and lunges towards you. It smells like death, and it looks like death, with big, ugly teeth. Okay, so it wanted to drain me entirely. Okay, well, now I know. These creatures can be harmed by physical attacks, so you decide to make it hurt. We could also maybe use sorcery, though I don't like our 6-card draw there. I will fight it. We have a king, a lot of cards, and only 2 face cards. Okay, so let's start. An Ace of Pentacles. We can take you with the 4. A Knight of Pentacles. I can't do anything about you. We may actually, we'll probably try Typhon's Embrace here and see if we can understand how it works. Let's give this the 8. 9 of Cups. I can't do anything about... Oh, actually, we can do something about you. Let's use our axe on our 8 to guarantee that we can take it. Queen. We can do nothing about you. I'm going to... Oh, I have to choose which one of these cards, right? Is it the same suit for Typhon's Embrace? Oh! Oh! This doesn't work the way I thought, I think. I think this is a bit better than I was thinking it was. We'll talk about it in a bit. Let me first prep this card a bit. We take the 3 with our 4. We take that 5 with our 3. So we've won, but I want to see what this spell can do for us. So Typhon's Embrace. Roll 1 bone and select up to X revealed face trick cards. So we have 2. Where X is the number of pentacles rolled. So in other words, if we roll a 1, we only get to choose one of them. If we roll a 2, though, we might be able to choose both of them. It says, and transform them into non-face cards of the same suit. I think that means that they'll become numbered cards of whatever suit they were. I thought the way this worked is that I could only target face cards of the same suit, and it makes them all number cards of that same suit. So this might be better. With value Y, where Y is the number of cards selected, multiplied by 2. So we'll convert these to 4s. So first off, we get to cast a spell successfully. So that's the first die that we roll there. We'll take a look at the spell die, bone dice in a bit. We can choose up to 6 face cards. We're going to choose both of these. Okay, it does work that way. Nice. Oh, that's a lot more powerful than I thought it was. And that's only 1 arcane energy. Nice. Wow. That's incredibly handy, actually. That's a very powerful card. I like Typhon's Embrace. All these years I never chose it. That's incredibly good. Okay. Nice. And we earned even more points for this. You battle the creature all over the room. The fight ranges across the piles of bones. In the end, it can't endure the punishment that you dish out, and its physical body collapses to the floor. Unfortunately, we have all the bullets we need. And everyone... I was about to say that we've been playing for an hour, so we should stop. But we just got another story token, which makes it another good spot to stop. You are starting to get a very bad feeling about this. Yeah, that creature probably laughed and told us about the Elder being able to kill us. All challenges that involve pentacles as a primary suit receive a +1 modifier to the target trick points number needed to win the challenge, while this story icon is active. So using spells is a little tougher at the moment. I guess that makes sense. I mean, that was the curse this creature last cast before it faded. Really quick before we go, let's look at what a spell dice looks like, because we haven't seen that before. So we have these bones of wands, swords, cups, and pentacles. And if you look over on the right-hand side, you see those numbers? When we roll this dice, those numbers indicate the thing we earn on the side. Makes a lot of sense. The fact there's no real difference in these, right? You roll a number, it's the number that you rolled. But it doesn't work that way all the time for some of these dice. Shrivel Flesh, for example. See that 1? If we roll a 1, we lose 1 health point. As far as I'm aware, all the spells work exactly the same way. You roll a 1, you lose a hit point. You need an individual dice for each individual spell. I get the impression this was supposed to be somehow different at one point, and I kind of wish it was. but it's not. On that same note, it's rather easy to understand. You roll a 1, that's it. I think if you also roll over your pentacles on these dice, you also suffer hit points equal to the difference between the number and your pentacles stat. I forgot how cool the Chant of Azathoth looks. All these dice actually look pretty good. I don't think I've ever really looked at these dice before. Alright guys, well, we will stop here. Thank you guys for watching. When we come back, we finish up the attic. We go back, we reach the plant creature. And then I think we actually go to the basement. We have a lot of time to find our way to the final boss, and it's not likely we'll get a whole lot of anything else up here. But I'm already babbling. I'll stop here. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.